story this morning called Stocking and Seams. They Made All Small Sacrifices Every Day by Arlene Lila. Mom had painted her legs and was fanning them to dry. I waited with a black pencil in my hand, ready to draw a seam down her calf. Hold still, I instructed. I want to get this line straight. If you move around, we'll have a mess on our hands. Don't worry so, she assured me. We have plenty of leg makeup left in the bottle. You can always do it over again. Why don't you just wear real stockings? It would be faster, I stated. Don't you know there's a war on? She asked. We women are helping the war efforts when we make these small sacrifices. Stocking materials are needed to make parachutes for our military. You know that. Much was being done for the war effort that Mom was talking about. We were saving our pennies to buy victory stamps and war bonds. There was a large bin in each neighborhood where we supposed to save our rubber scraps to be recycled. Everything from erasers on pencils to automobile tires were thrown in there. The bins were overflowing. We were told that the rubber was used to make bullets to shoot the Germans. Do you know what grandmother said? I asked. She said you wouldn't throw one rubber band in there. She told me that if the government ran out of rubber, they wouldn't be able to make bullets. And if there were no bullets, they would have to end the war. My sister sat in the kitchen table, listening to our conversation. I can still see the wooden table and chairs. The table had an oilcloth covering it, and there was a jar of spoons in the center. Kathleen had a bowl in her lap filled with something that looked like lard. She called it oleo. It's another name for margarine. She mixed a dye into the substance to make it look like butter. Well, I wouldn't be doing that. She said, if it was not for the war effort, we eat this stuff because of rationing of butter, sugar, coffee, meat, and other food items. I would just as soon spread Vaseline on my toast, I said. Oleo tastes awful, and I bet you that in years to come, people will find out that Vaseline is more nutritious. I took another look at Mom's lower limbs, straight as an arrow. I was doing a good job. When I'm gone tonight, you girls make sure the lights are all out if there is a blackout. She instructed. Dad is a block captain, and he will be too busy to remind you. He'll be out checking on all the lights in the neighborhood. I suddenly recalled the last time we had had a blackout. Every light had to be off, and not one candle was allowed to burn. We were told that if the Germans came to bomb us, they would be unable to see the area was populated. We children ran out on the sidewalks and had no fear. To us, it was an adventure to be in total darkness. The stars were bright and beautiful, and the moon was like a lantern hanging beneath the clouds. I took a final look at Mom's legs. Perfect, I announced. The oleo was a good yellow color, and we finished our chores for the day. The two of us girls would listen to the radio and then get ready for bed. How we looked forward to these favorite radio programs. If if the sirens in our town went off and began to make the unusual scary sound, we were ready for another great adventure. Despite the war and shortages of many food items, it was still wonderful to be alive in the 1940s. Well, thank you for being here today while I read the stockings and seams. That was the good old days. There's nothing like the good old days. My mom still uses the word oleo and other words from the good old days, but she was brought up in the Great Depression era, and she saves everything. She washes, she recycles, she reuses. So if you like this video, please give me thumbs up because there's a lot going on at MAINEiac Grammie's. I'll be reading a short story on Mondays about the good old days, whether it be in the Good Old Day magazine or I've got some great books that I can read a chapter at a time in. So stay tuned for more, and we'll see you tomorrow because you never know what's going to be on my videos, neither do I. I've got a very long list today of things to do. So, we'll see you tomorrow. God bless, and have a great day. Bye now.